He's got a pith hat for exploring for some reason in his back room. So, also, these guys are called time minders. They allow you to save your game, and I'm going to be doing my best to rotate my games saves a little bit. So yeah, I know where Dianimo is, but we're gonna go look at some other places first too. I don't know if I have the necessary skill to open up these. That's 10 seconds. Surprisingly, Frank doesn't seem to mind me breaking into people's rooms or whatever, but you know, yeah, no. It's been a long time since I played this game, and I can't remember when you come back here with the better skill, if the rewards in there are useful. That's always something that kind of annoyed me about games like this, where I could probably do this. Where you come back with a new set of skills and you open up an unlocked door or a locked door or something, and it turns out that the reward inside wasn't kind of worth it. I just found that to be kind of annoying. So I really like that one thing, Chrono Trigger, where if you figure out the boxes trick, you can get those really good. Hey, I'm gonna take your heel grease. You can get those really good. Instead of vests, like a black vest, you can get a black armor. What's it? Oh, this guy swilled too much Pazula. So I guess it's a drink. And I stole your heel grease. Let that be a lesson to you kids. No Pazula. I think Boots' game is probably the most fun, I'd like to say, of them. There's a character you get a little bit later on, you've already seen, believe it or not, who has a coin tossing minigame, and I don't find that very fun at all. These little treasure chests. Why do you have all these little treasure chests? Who's this guy? What? What did your mom do to you? Anyway. Oh, what is this? What, is that an item? An item. What is that? That's an ashtray. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here and get on with it. You also have a with Palatine. Spoilers: Palatine comes back eventually. You get a really cool taco. This is something from later on too. Have to explain that in a while. I wonder if I can break in here. Yeah. This is to Frank's Flophouse's basement. I think you come here like a little bit later on in the game to like bust some kind of crime syndicate or something like that. But yeah, Palatine, who comes back eventually and joins your team, he has this kind of like hacking mini game that he can do, and it's actually kind of cool, and I actually really enjoy doing it. I will say though, very challenging to do when I was lucky. Very challenging to do when you have kind of like the later levels of it and stuff. Not that much fun. I have to say, unlocking mini games are a special treat for me. I really like I really like the unlocking minigame in Oblivion, which I played briefly. If you guys want to check that out, it's somewhere on the channel. I didn't play through it. Whatever, I got kind of bored. I feel bad about that. I got bored of playing games and I just quit. But you know, what can you do? Okay. Where is Dianimo? See, now I'm struggling to remember where she's at exactly. I'm wondering if actually Frank has to give me a key to the room or something like that. I don't think so. I think you just go in and you're cool, but Alright, let's go talk to Frank. He can give us maybe a key or something like that, or some money. Or, something. She's not down here, because that's the, private area. Yo, where's Dianimo? Paola. She's in room A. Room A was locked. Like, with 10 seconds. Now it's 35 seconds. I swear to God it wasn't that before. Oh well. Played like a fool. One thing about this game I'm kind of suspecting there's going to be is pretty significant downtime in terms of talking. It's an RPG after all, so there's only so much you can really say about things, so if I do end up not talking, it's whatever.
Excuse me.
No, come on in. I could use the company.
I can't believe this is the worst thing Boots has ever seen. Must have seen some crazy stuff.
Valesta sent me to see you about a job.
Forget about it. This old guy, Grumpos, he hires me to go into the tunnels, right?
Yeah.
Bring back some mistech, easy job. Hell, I wasn't there 10 minutes when something came out of nowhere and did this to me. I mean,
Yeah.
Look at me. And the old bastard won't even pay me. He said, no mistech, no money. He's in the tenements next to the movie theater. If you want to punch him in the face for me. Right in the face.
Yep. So, yeah, she didn't end up... Yeah, I can get that to her. She didn't end up doing very well on her kind of quest or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna go back to Valesta. Give that to her. And then we gotta find this Grumpos character. Kind of try to figure out what's going on with him. But first... Yeah, we can put that on. Pretty sure Valesta just lets you keep it. Curated Mistech Museum. I don't know. Should we go find Grumpos first and then see Valesta? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, we can go through here. We can also find that dude who's living in this place and tell that lady about him. So I think they actually have... Sendernet is like their internet, which is kind of weird. But I think they have like... Can't remember where it is. Data slab... These kind of things I actually really do enjoy reading through and looking at all this sort of stuff, but I remember they had one like funny thing about the Looney where they actually had like they actually had some interesting information about that, but we'll see if we can find that later or something. Hey! Whoa. Nothing about you says female, but you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I think we can break into a few of these apartments. Maybe we can't because the guard is over there or something. Alright. Whoop. Section B, Section A. I think only one of the elevators is working anyway. So we're gonna go floor by floor, woo, because I know Grumpos is in the top one. I don't know if this is kind of like doing the sequence wrong, so I kind of have to figure that out a little bit. Yeah, here. Hey, hey. Oh. I'm sorry. I think he just says go away or something if you say like 25 loonies are your life. That was lucky. Okay. Whoa. Gonna root through someone's house. Check out their life cursor. Who you got in there? Who's hanging out on your life cursor? Is it your dead secretary too? Maybe. Okay, check out your bathroom. Nothing. I think there's a taco in here. Or maybe there's no reason to come in here at all. That seems like it could be a possibility. I don't get like the point of doing that, other than giving you kind of like a the world around you is alive kind of thing, kind of feeling. But eh. I don't think Anachronox is my favorite area of the game. I think my favorite area is the one that's coming up after this. It's gonna be a while till we get there, but we'll get there eventually. I need a rush. Don't know if I'm in for a long haul on this one, but I've been looking for games to play, basically. I guess more developers? Why not? Stealing some heel grease pluses from developers and stuff. Some classy photos. Yeah, one thing about this game though is definitely a lack of interactive things. It's a little disappointing, somewhat. I like it when in a game where a character will basically look at almost anything and everything and have at least something small to say about it. It doesn't have to be like a joke every single time, and I can only imagine like having to be a game writer and thinking to yourself, oh, I need to make a joke about a stool or something. Also, yeah, you gain experience points from opening up doors and using your skill. But you know, I don't know. I'd like him to like look at that photo of the developers and say like, oh, look at these weirdos or something. I don't know, something funny. Like it's not even that funny, but it's just something. Not nothing, which is what we're getting a whole lot of here. What is this even? What is this? It's a coat rack. Because when you're going through mostly an empty apartment, it's not a hell of a lot to talk about. There we go. I believe this is supposed to say Eddie knows. I think that's the only tagging stuff you kind of see around the city. I wonder which is the door we're supposed to go into. I wonder if this door, which is the only door of lighting in the entire building. Pick the lock. Don't even friggin' worry about knocking, because there's no one in there. I'll tell you that right now. Here we go. We see Boots not using his traditional buzzing lock, but an actual lock. I always thought lockpick, which I thought was kind of weird. Oh no, it's a guard. Come on, Boots, pick the lock faster. The thing about this though is he could always just like walk away right now and go downstairs and just leave and come back. But I guess they want to ramp up the tension a little bit. I think you do end up fighting those guys as enemies later on. Not in this section, like a much later section. And not a big deal. As a security guard, I can only assume that you would know who your tenants are and being like, yeah, that guy's not Grumpos. What's he going into his house for? But, you know, whatever. Dun dun. Oh. Man, scoping out the joint. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh,
Think you could slink into my home that easily, you little thief?
yep.
I'm not a thief.
Says he after breaking into my house.
No, I'm not a thief. I'm looking for work.
Smartass.
I heard you were hiring for a plunder job in the tunnels. I thought...
Who told you that?
Dianimo?
Dianimo? That pitiful excuse for a thief. She ain't getting a penny out of me. Not one, you hear that? I feel bad for the girl, but she wasn't hired to fail, and I ain't paying for pity. Tell Dianimo she doesn't get paid until she makes good on what she was contracted for.
Well, you know, actually, I'm not here for Dianimo. I'm here to finish her job.
What did you say?
The tunnels. The Mistech. I'm your man. I'm experienced and expensive. Available.
Yeah, and desperate from the look of it. No thanks.
Come on, Gramps. I'm up to snuff. Just give me a chance. You need an escort, I need a job. What do you say? Is that a yes? No?
I'm in the middle of something. Will you stop distracting me?
But you're not listening. If you need a man to plunder the tunnels for you, look no further. I'm your... Whoa. Okay. Who's obsessed?
Unlocking the hidden power of Mistech is my life's work. I'm closing in on a breakthrough. I can feel it, but I need more samples.
So what's the problem?
My last hero sallied forth and got her limbs ripped off. How are you any better than her?
I'm a professional.
Prove it. Bring me the helmet of a Nox guard.
I can do that. That's easy.
Size 5.
Brother, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Splendid. Get out!
Okay, so if you remember a little tidbit of information that we got earlier in the gameplay, in the play of this video game, we learned that someone had actually lost or someone had a helmet stolen around that size. So if we find that, come back to Grumpos over here and get on with the game. So yeah, Mistech is kind of important, and he's trying to figure out exactly what's the deal with it, basically. And we're gonna help him out a little bit. But I can say right now, Grumpos does not come off as a character who's very sympathetic. Not really a character who most people would end up liking, especially considering he didn't seem to care about the person he hired, who basically ended up getting her limbs ripped off for him. I don't know how he got this. Considering he's not from Earth, but whatever. Doesn't matter. I think he's got a taco. Another taco? No? But yeah, so we gotta go do that. And we're gonna go do that right now. Because if I check... go for another hour or something. I don't know. See what my my stamina can keep me going on the crazy adventure times of Sylvester Boots. I think we go this way. What does Eddie know? I think that's what this guy's asking. Yeah, who the frig is Eddie? We'll meet him eventually. And he's a kind of a disgusting character. This guy is the toughest enemy in the game. Get right up in there. And I think you meet his brother at some point or something like that, which is kind of funny. And you can challenge him in a fight a little bit later on, and McFadden Doorlord. It's pretty crazy. I remember seeing my my brother trying to take it on, and didn't end very well. Though I'm sure there's some kind of strategy that you can pull to do it. Something like that. Anyway, we gotta find a helmet size 5. Which I don't think I ever found out where the that guy lives. I think you can check the building registry in here or something. Huh. Maybe not. Oh. No. Anyway. I remember there being like a terminal or something that you could open up there, and it tells you where that guy, that lady all the way up there is looking for, and he lives in that building. I don't think it should really get you anything. I think it gets you like maybe 100 loonies or $100 or something like that, but yeah, I don't know if it's even worth it or not. Anyway. So we gotta go. I don't know if I got that or not. Let's check. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get that one yet. Oh yeah. Okay. This way. Never noticed these lights before. It's interesting. We basically have to go to the docks, for lack of a better term, space dock or whatever. And there's a guy in there, a guard, who has a smaller size helmet that you can somehow steal off of them. Also, I guess that person stopped being on fire somehow. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I can also change that if I want to, the time miner thing where I can save anywhere I want, but I don't mind, like, playing the game a little bit. Luckily, I don't think you have to go into the first area to fight until you get Grumpos on your team. Spoilers, you get Grumpos on your team eventually. And once you do, you'll quickly be trying to find a way in order to get him off your team as fast as possible. Because I don't find him to be that helpful. That's the only unfortunate thing, is you're kind of stuck with the same team for like quite a long time in this game. Like it takes like a long time in order for you to get your 4th character. And I think you get a total of 6 or 7, I'd like to say. And I think only like maybe 2 of them are useful in the end. One of the characters for sure I know is not that great. She's got a cool design though, we'll say that. Okay. Hey, Mr. Billboard, Mr. Guard face. Hey. See? Size 5. They're gonna split their pants? Alright. Do you think I can have the helmet since you're not using it? Give me the helmet before I smack you off this platform. How would you interact with a police officer who you want their helmet? Probably try to be nice. Maybe, I guess, right? Yeah, sure. Life gets easier when you give me that helmet. Okay. Yay, got the helmet. Woo! Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah. it's funny dialogue choices like that, which I think kind of give this game its personality, and ultimately it's the personality that kind of saves the game a little bit. Like when you get into the combat system and stuff, and you start tinkering in there, and you get into things like the what would it be? There's a shield system that you have to get into where you have to deal with energy, NRG, which is energy in the game. You need to start messing around with that stuff. And then there's a whole thing when you use a certain magical item later on in the game where you have to deal with that. And then I don't know if there's an example here, but there's another system where you basically have to go around the game, and you have to find... You gotta get there somehow. That's a weapon shop, and getting there is actually pretty important. Or maybe the weapon shop's back in the other area. I can't remember. But one thing we will do, instead of doing this right now, is we will go and go talk to Vallesta first, because there's a second part of the quest there that you can accomplish if you talk to Vallesta, send her off to go see her friend Yanimo. So we'll go do that now. But yeah, there's like this system where you can get these colored bugs, and the bugs act as buffs on your characters and stuff. And it's just like there's like maybe 2 kind of systems like that in the game. And did I tell you? Oh, there you go. Sweet, $50. I don't know when we got that information, but we did at some point. This is what I mean too when it comes to traversing, specifically Anachronox. Like this area here is you have to go up all these elevators, you have to do all that stuff. You can't like circumvent anything, so it can get... No. His nipples were pierced? Junkyard 20 gang. Give her an invisible arm.
Warning. Transition major of plate section C, D, E, and F
Oh.
will commence in 15 seconds.
That's pleasant. They like scoop their eyeballs out and shove a robot eye in there, apparently. But yeah, it just takes this thing here. It's like a bug system that you get later on, and you have to go back to all these areas and look for the bugs, and then integrate the bugs either into your character, your weapons, or something like that. It becomes this whole thing. It's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't take that long to get done. And you know, like, I'm just moaning and whining basically about it, but you know, it just takes a while to get used to these sorts of new systems and stuff. And I don't know. This guy, gotta talk to him later. Go to Zordo's. There's also a Mystech museum that's around, and that's the reason why I'm collecting all the Anachronox symbols. Because there's a guy in there who's like, I need that. Like, I need those symbols. I need photos of them. And if you can take photos of them, I can give you money. And money's great because I don't know if I'm going to have enough to buy all the guns or all the good stuff that's in Zordo's here. This is the kind of thing where I hate RPGs where they do this. They like show you all these cool things and then none of it's for sale. Like, you can't get yourself a badass gun. I think this guy's like, duplicate office of Gordo? I guess what, that guy's not Gordo? Just a clone? It's kind of weird. Anyway. Yeah, we are. So we have we got $265, and that's good enough for 2 of these. And maybe some heal greases. Let's get as many as I can. The thing is I don't know if Grumpos has his own shield cell, or not. So it's kind of like, does he not? Hell if I know. So, but the shield cell gives you energy, and that energy you can use later on, either as a way to attack people or as a way to power up your shield. Right now, because we're at I don't think you can do it all the way up. Oh, you can. Basically, right now, because don't have any of that stuff. Right? It's if you look in here, it's kind of locked into that. I'm just gonna be using the complete shield, and it gives you a bit of a buffer between, like, you know, hey, how's business going? Kiki Domino. Oh no. It just basically gives you a buffer, like a little bit of free health, and your energy, I believe, replenishes itself fully every single time you play or get into a new fight. So it's not like you lose anything by not doing that. So you might as well have it be like, right now at least, have like the highest amount of shield as possible, because you're gonna get into a lot of fights later on, and especially at the beginning of the game, it's hard to avoid damage just because you're not powerful enough to just avoid a lot of it. So anyway, we're gonna talk to Vlesta. Hey, I found your friend. She's not doing that great. And then she I'm gonna let her disappear off screen, and then I'll go, because I'm afraid if I don't, it'll screw something up. Rowdy is a cool character, and I like him a lot, because he seems like a nice dude. But then, he, doesn't really do anything other than this. Like, he just sits around here forever now, which is kind of sad. I don't know. I wish he was more of a character, or you come back to actually do a quest for him or something. And I don't even think you actually find his basement key, ever. So, I thought that's kind of weird. Cool thing though, you can see Vlesta kind of walking around. I think if you keep going this way too, you eventually see her actually go up into the elevator too. I don't know if that's an actual thing that's going to happen or not, but gotta go to Fountain. I think this is where I gotta go. Nope. You know, that's something that I appreciate. You know, kind of makes it seem like a living world a little bit more than it would be if she just kind of up and disappeared, which I guess she did. I don't know why I thought it did that, but you know, whatever, doesn't matter. It gets even a little bit more complicated once you get two other party members, then you have people trying to get into the elevator with you and stuff. Maybe we can go talk to this guy. No. Yeah. We have information to give him a little bit later. Get some pretty good info too, but... Alright. So we gotta go to Frank's Flophouse. And we gotta go talk to Grumpos. And then we're done. I think for now at least. This is a long one. I've been playing pretty quick too. Like, I'm going at a much faster pace than I normally would be. Like, I normally would go through like the Mistech Museum or something like that and explore that. And I probably will at some point, but not right now. Like those shoes up there. Anachronox drinks. I don't know if you can hear that in the audio or not, but there's a weird kind of singing sound. Believe it or not, with Boots' camera, you end up doing a lot of actual sort of slightly detective work kind of stuff, I think. Oh. Yeah. At least she's got a friend with her now, which is good. There's gotta have like some kind of artificial limbs, and it's a futuristic, crazy world here. You can come back one day and help her pay for that. But yeah, you do a lot of detective work with Boots, and you end up doing a lot of photography of items and things like that. You basically end up looking for these little orange dudes, eventually, who keep saying the same words over and over again. They say eventually, like, basically. These are the kind of things I'm trying to erase from my vocabulary, but are very difficult to do. But you take those photos, and you end up just getting money for them. And you meet a really cool detective character later on in the game, and like you look at him and you're like, oh man, okay, he has enough detail to actually be a character, but then he's not, and it's like, so.
All right, geezer. Stop fondling the mistack and crack a gander at the goods. Am I hired or what?
Data beefed up security since the Dianimo fiasco. Getting into the tunnels might be trouble.
We'll deal.
Here, take this and plug it in your ear. You'll understand every language from here to the Traeger anomaly.
Spiffy. Where'd you pull this baby from?
The Nox Guard helmet. Linguinators became standard issue 2 months ago.
Really? How'd they communicate with the aliens before that?
They beat 'em up.
Well, where the hell do we go now?
Lead the way, hot pants.
Oh, tab. Yep. So yeah, we got our, oh. Yeah. So yeah, we gotta find Eddie now. Yeah, sweet, doesn't actually have a shield cell. Actually, kinda nice. Yeah, so this is Grumpos. Grumpos is, he's basically like the exact opposite of, him when it comes to his skills. Like, well, he's kind of all over it, but he has more might and better beat than, Sly Boots does. So you end up using him for his physical abilities and stuff. But yeah, let's do this, and then we can call it for today, I think. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so that's something you can do, and it's something you should do, and something I always do when I play the game, just because you want to do good turns to people in this kind of crazy planet that they live on. Anyway, more next time, so stay tuned.